Imagine waking up in the morning with legs that feel firm, steady, and full of life. You swing your feet over the edge of the bed, stand up, and there's no cramping, no stiffness, no hesitation. You walk to the kitchen with ease, make your morning coffee, and think this is how my body should feel every day. What if you could move without fear of pain? What if walking, climbing stairs, or even dancing felt easy again? You're not alone. Millions of Americans over 50 quietly struggle with leg weakness, balance issues, and painful cramps that chip away at their confidence and independence. In fact, falls are the leading cause of injury among older adults, costing over $50 billion a year in medical expenses. But here's something most people don't realize. Strong legs don't just come from exercise, they start with the right nutrition. In this video, you'll discover 7 essential vitamins and minerals that play a vital role in muscle strength, bone support, and circulation. These aren't trendy supplements, they're backed by science, affordable, and accessible. Now pay close attention, because vitamin number 5, though often overlooked, is absolutely critical for older adults. It's the nutrient your body silently cries out for, and yet, it's one of the most common deficiencies among people over 50. Missing it could be the reason your legs feel heavy, shaky, or prone to cramps, and correcting it could change everything. So ask yourself, are you ready to feel stable and strong again? Are you ready to stop letting leg pain control your life? If so, don't miss a second of this video. What you learn today could help you walk farther, feel better, and live with renewed energy starting now. This is the first vitamin I want to tell you about. That mineral is potassium, and for older adults, it's one of the most essential and commonly overlooked nutrients. Potassium plays a vital role in muscle function by helping your muscles contract and relax smoothly. It also helps balance the fluids in and around your cells and supports nerve signaling between your brain and your muscles. Without enough potassium, those signals get mixed up. The result? Leg cramps, muscle spasms, and even shaky, unsteady movement. Research published by the Harvard Health Letter and reported by the New York Times has confirmed that low potassium levels are directly linked to painful leg cramps, especially during the night. These aren't just minor inconveniences for older adults. They can lead to disturbed sleep, daytime fatigue, and even dangerous falls. In fact, studies show that seniors with low potassium are more likely to experience weakness while walking or climbing stairs, and may even have trouble lifting their feet properly. Thankfully, getting more potassium into your life doesn't require expensive treatments or complicated routines. It starts with food. Bananas are well-known sources, but they're just the beginning. Sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, oranges, and even baked potatoes with the skin on are rich in potassium and easy to add to your meals. A medium baked potato with the skin, for instance, contains over 900 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana. Experts recommend a daily intake of 2,600 milligrams for women and 3,400 milligrams for men. Most people can meet this through a balanced diet. However, if you have medical conditions like kidney disease or take medications that affect potassium levels, talk with your doctor before making changes or taking supplements. In short, restoring potassium is one of the simplest, most affordable ways to reduce cramps, boost energy, and regain the confidence to move. Don't underestimate this quiet hero. Sometimes, what your legs really need isn't more rest, but better nutrition. Have you ever paused before going up a flight of stairs, worrying that your legs might not have the strength to carry you? Or found yourself hesitating before stepping off a curb, unsure if your balance will hold? These small moments often point to something much deeper: a hidden decline in bone health. And the foundation of strong bones, especially as we age, begins with one crucial nutrient: calcium. Calcium isn't just about building strong bones in childhood, it's about preserving mobility and preventing injury later in life. As we grow older, our bones naturally lose density. For seniors, this means the risk of fractures, particularly in the hips and legs, increases dramatically. According to a report by the Washington Post, over 300,000 Americans over 65 are hospitalized each year due to hip fractures, often from simple slips or minor falls. And what many don't realize is that a lack of calcium is often at the root of these breaks. But calcium does more than just strengthen bones. It also plays a key role in muscle contraction. Every step you take, every time you stand up from a chair, your muscles need calcium to fire properly. When levels are too low, people often experience leg cramps, sluggish movement, or an overall feeling of weakness. These symptoms can quietly chip away at independence and confidence. So how can you make sure your body is getting the calcium it needs? Start with food. Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources, but so are leafy greens like kale and bok choy, tofu, almonds, and fortified plant-based milks. A cup of cooked kale, for example, contains nearly 180 milligrams of calcium, a strong step toward the daily recommendation of 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams for older adults. For those with dietary restrictions or absorption issues, calcium supplements can help fill the gap. Just be mindful, more isn't always better. Excess calcium, especially from supplements, can lead to kidney stones or calcium buildup in arteries. Combining calcium intake with vitamin D and weight-bearing exercises like walking or light resistance training helps direct calcium where it's needed most, into your bones and muscles. Strong legs start with strong bones, and strong bones begin with calcium. Don't wait for a fall to remind you. Start building your foundation today. Maybe you've felt tingling in your feet or a strange sense of imbalance, even though you haven't tripped or fallen. These subtle changes in how your body feels might not be about your muscles at all. They could be signals from your nervous system, telling you that you're running low on a critical vitamin, vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is essential for nerve health and muscle control. It helps transmit signals from your brain to your legs, telling them when to move and how to move. When B12 levels drop, those signals weaken. Think of it like a phone line with static. The message doesn't get through clearly, so your muscles react slowly or not at all. That's why a B12 deficiency can feel like muscle weakness, poor balance, or even numbness and tingling in the legs and feet. Here's the surprising part: a B12 deficiency is incredibly common in adults over 50. That's because, as we age, our stomach produces less acid, which is needed to absorb B12 from food. A recent report from AARP found that nearly 20% of seniors have low B12 levels and don't even know it. Symptoms are often mistaken for aging, when in fact, they're entirely preventable. B12 is found naturally in animal products like meat, eggs, dairy, and fish. Just 1 cup of low-fat milk can provide 1 microgram of B12, and a single serving of salmon gives you more than 200% of the daily value. For those who follow a plant-based diet or have absorption issues, fortified cereals, plant-based milks, or B12 supplements are great options. Many seniors benefit from higher dose supplements or even monthly injections, especially if they've had long-term digestive problems or take medications that interfere with B12 absorption. The recommended daily intake for B12 is 2.4 micrograms, but don't worry, this vitamin is water-soluble, so your body will safely excrete what it doesn't use. Before we move on to the next nutrient, one that plays a powerful role in muscle relaxation and sleep, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Hit the button and turn on notifications so you don't miss these important tips that could truly change how you move, feel, and live. You can't have strong, pain-free legs without magnesium. It's just that simple. This mineral may not get the spotlight like calcium or vitamin D, but when it comes to smooth, steady movement and restful sleep, magnesium is the quiet powerhouse your body depends on every single day. Magnesium is responsible for helping your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough of it, your muscles can become overactive and tight, leading to leg cramps, spasms, restless legs at night, and general fatigue throughout the day. It also supports bone density by making sure calcium is absorbed into the bones and not deposited in places it shouldn't be, like your arteries or joints. Let's compare to real-life stories to bring this to life. Margaret, 68, struggled with severe leg cramps at night. She thought it was just part of aging until her doctor ran blood work and found her magnesium levels were low. She started eating more magnesium-rich foods and added a supplement. Within 2 weeks, her cramps decreased dramatically and she finally started sleeping through the night again. Then there's Tom, 72. He'd been avoiding greens and living mostly on processed food. He assumed his fatigue and muscle stiffness were just normal for his age, but after a fall during a walk, he discovered he was magnesium deficient. The lack of this one mineral had weakened both his muscles and bones. So how can you get more magnesium in your life? Start with food. Leafy greens like spinach and Swiss chard, pumpkin seeds, black beans, almonds, and avocados are all excellent sources. A cup of cooked spinach contains about 150 milligrams of magnesium, and just 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds gives you over 160 milligrams. The recommended daily intake is 420 milligrams for men and 320 milligrams for women over 50. If you find it difficult to get enough through food, especially if you're taking medications that deplete magnesium like diuretics or acid reflux drugs, you might benefit from a supplement. Experts often recommend magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, which are easier to absorb and gentler on the stomach. Magnesium is more than just a mineral. It's your body's muscle and nerve stabilizer, and for older adults, restoring it could mean the difference between restless nights and deep sleep, between unsteady legs and confident movement. You can do all the right things: walk daily, stretch regularly, even drink plenty of water, but if your body is low on vitamin D, your legs may still feel weak, unsteady, and prone to cramping. For older adults, vitamin D is one of the most essential yet most commonly missing pieces in the puzzle of staying strong, balanced, and independent. Vitamin D is often called the sunshine vitamin because our bodies naturally produce it when exposed to sunlight. But as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making it. Add to that the fact that many older adults spend more time indoors, whether due to limited mobility or skin protection habits, and you've got the perfect recipe for a silent deficiency. And this deficiency doesn't just affect your bones, it strikes directly at your muscle function and balance. Here's the science. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, but it also stimulates protein synthesis in muscles and supports neuromuscular communication, the way your brain sends signals to your legs. Without enough vitamin D, your muscles lose strength, your reaction times slow down, and your risk of falling increases dramatically. Studies published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism show that seniors with healthy vitamin D levels have stronger muscle fibers, better coordination, and significantly fewer falls. Take the story of Linda, a 70-year-old retiree in Florida. She used to wake up with stiff, aching legs and had trouble stepping off her front porch. Her diet included very few vitamin D sources, mostly toast, coffee, and light salads. After a routine blood test revealed low vitamin D, her doctor suggested she get more morning sun and take a daily supplement. Within just a month, Linda noticed real improvements: fewer cramps, better balance, and more energy during her walks. She even started gardening again. So, how can you follow Linda's example? Start with sunlight. Spending 15 to 30 minutes in the morning sun with your arms and legs exposed without sunscreen can help your body naturally produce vitamin D. But remember, this varies depending on skin tone, age, and where you live. Then focus on dietary sources. Foods rich in vitamin D include fatty fish like salmon and mackerel, fortified dairy products, egg yolks, and mushrooms. One serving of salmon, for example, can contain over 600 U of vitamin D. If food and sunlight aren't enough, and for many older adults, they aren't, supplements are safe, affordable option. Most doctors recommend 800 to 1,000 U per day for adults over 50, though some may need more depending on their blood levels. Vitamin D3 cholecalciferol is the most effective form. You can find high-quality supplements at most pharmacies, usually for less than $15 a month. In short, vitamin D is the fuel your legs need to move, balance, and support you with strength and confidence. Don't let a silent deficiency steal your mobility. Restore your vitamin D and rediscover how good movement can feel. Strong bones and steady legs don't just depend on calcium and vitamin D. Without vitamin K, those nutrients can't do their jobs properly. It's like building a house without nails. No matter how strong the materials, nothing holds together. For adults over 50, vitamin K is the unsung hero that keeps your bones strong, joints flexible, and muscles responsive. Scientifically speaking, vitamin K activates a key protein called osteocalcin, which helps bind calcium directly into your bone structure. Without it, calcium can end up in the wrong places like your arteries or joints, leading to stiffness, poor circulation, and even increased risk of heart disease. Vitamin K also regulates how calcium flows in and out of your muscle cells, which is essential for balance, coordination, and smooth movement. Let's talk about Robert, a 66-year-old grandfather from Ohio. He ate well, took his calcium and vitamin D supplements, and walked daily, yet he still felt stiffness in his knees and occasional pain when rising from a chair. His doctor reviewed his diet and found it lacked leafy greens and fermented foods, both rich in vitamin K. After adding daily servings of kale, spinach, and occasionally natto fermented soybeans, Robert noticed a real difference in his mobility. His joints felt looser, his balance improved, and even his walking posture looked stronger. To follow Robert's example, start by adding more vitamin K1 and K2 to your meals. Vitamin K1, found in leafy greens like kale, collard greens, spinach, and Swiss chard, is easy to include in salads or smoothies. 1 cup of raw spinach delivers nearly 145 micrograms of vitamin K1, already more than the daily recommended amount of 90 mcg for women and 120 mcg for men. Vitamin K2, which plays an even stronger role in directing calcium to your bones, is found in fermented foods like natto, aged cheeses, and some animal products like egg yolks and liver. While harder to find, adding just a few servings per week can make a difference. If you're taking blood thinners like warfarin, always talk to your doctor before increasing vitamin K, as it can interact with your medication. In short, vitamin K helps lock calcium into your bones, not your arteries. It's a small shift in your diet, but one that could have a big impact on your strength, flexibility, and long-term mobility. Strong legs require more than just exercise and good posture. They also rely on something many people overlook: vitamin B6. While it's not always in the spotlight, this powerful nutrient plays a vital role in keeping your muscles, nerves, and energy levels functioning smoothly, especially as you age. Scientifically, vitamin B6 pyridoxine helps your body produce neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that send signals between your brain and muscles. When your B6 levels are low, these signals slow down or misfire, leading to muscle weakness, poor coordination, numbness, and even unsteady walking patterns. On top of that, B6 is essential for protein metabolism and muscle repair, making it a key player in maintaining muscle mass as we get older. Another critical function of vitamin B6 is its role in red blood cell production. These cells carry oxygen throughout your body, including to your leg muscles. Without enough B6, your hemoglobin levels can drop, which means less oxygen reaches your muscles, causing fatigue, heavy legs, and slower recovery after physical activity. So how can you support your body with enough vitamin B6 each day? Thankfully, it's easy to get B6 through a variety of everyday foods. Excellent sources include poultry like chicken and turkey, salmon, tuna, potatoes, bananas, chickpeas, and fortified cereals. For example, one medium baked potato contains about 0.7 milligrams of B6, and a 3-ounce serving of chicken breast delivers over 0.5 milligrams. The recommended daily intake for adults over 50 is 1.5 milligrams for women and 1.7 milligrams for men. Most people can meet this amount through a balanced diet. However, if you have digestive issues, limited appetite, or follow a restricted diet, your doctor may recommend a low-dose supplement. But it's important to avoid high doses unless supervised by a healthcare provider. Taking too much B6, especially over long periods, can lead to nerve damage, causing numbness or loss of coordination, the very issues you're trying to prevent. In simple terms, vitamin B6 helps your body move, repair, and recover. It supports your muscles, fuels your nerves, and boosts your stamina, all things that matter when it comes to keeping your legs strong and your steps steady. Don't overlook it, this small vitamin makes a big difference. When it comes to staying active, independent, and free from pain, your legs are everything. They carry you through each day, support your balance, and keep you connected to the life you love. But as we age, it's easy to feel that strength slipping away, and even easier to believe it's just part of getting older. It's not. In many cases, it's simply a matter of missing the right nutrients. You've now learned about 7 essential vitamins and minerals, including the often overlooked power of potassium, vitamin D, magnesium, and more. These aren't expensive therapies or miracle cures. They're practical, science-backed changes you can make today, starting with the food you eat and the supplements you choose. Many of them cost just pennies a day but could save you thousands in medical bills, not to mention the physical and emotional toll of a fall or injury. So ask yourself, are you willing to wait until your legs give out, or will you take action now? The choice is in your hands, and the solution is within reach. Nourish your body, protect your mobility, and keep walking strong, because you deserve to live every step with strength, confidence, and freedom.